Have you ever noticed that some of the smartest people are often the quietest people in the room? They don't chase attention. They don't try to impress everyone. They don't always have a large group of friends. Most of the time, they choose to be alone. At first, this seems strange. People often believe that being alone means being lonely. But psychology tells a completely different story. Being alone and feeling lonely are not the same thing. Loneliness is feeling empty even when you're surrounded by people. Solitude is feeling peaceful even when you're completely alone. The smartest people understand this difference. Today, we're going to explore the hidden psychology behind why intelligent people often choose solitude over constant social interaction. And by the end of this audiobook, you may start looking at being alone in a completely different way. Imagine two people. The first person spends every evening surrounded by friends. Their phone never stops ringing. Every weekend is filled with parties, conversations, and endless notifications. The second person spends the evening reading a book, learning a new skill, or simply sitting quietly with their thoughts. Most people assume the first person is happier, but happiness isn't measured by noise. It's measured by peace. Research in psychology suggests that highly intelligent people often gain energy from deep thinking instead of constant stimulation. Their minds are naturally curious. They enjoy solving problems. They ask difficult questions. And because of this, they sometimes find ordinary conversations less satisfying. While others enjoy talking about celebrities, gossip, or social media trends, highly curious minds often wonder about human behavior, the universe, philosophy, science, or the meaning of life. This difference doesn't make anyone better or worse. It simply means their minds seek different kinds of conversations. Another reason intelligent people stay alone is because they protect their mental energy. Every conversation requires attention. Every relationship requires emotional investment. Every argument consumes mental resources. Smart people understand something many others ignore. Energy is limited. Instead of trying to please everyone, they become selective about where they invest their time. This isn't arrogance, it's awareness. Imagine your mind as a battery. Every unnecessary drama, every fake friendship, every meaningless argument slowly drains that battery. Highly intelligent people learn that protecting their peace is more valuable than winning every argument. They understand that silence often has more power than endless explanations. Psychologists have also discovered something fascinating. Highly intelligent people often have stronger self-awareness. They constantly observe their own thoughts. They question their own beliefs. They analyze their own emotions. While this helps them grow, it also makes them more careful about who they allow into their lives, because they know one negative relationship can influence their thoughts, confidence, and emotional health. Quality becomes more important than quantity. One loyal friend becomes more valuable than 100 fake connections. There is another reason solitude feels comfortable for intelligent people. Creativity grows in silence. Think about history. Many great writers, scientists, inventors, artists spent countless hours completely alone, not because they hated people, because deep thinking requires uninterrupted time. Your best ideas rarely appear while scrolling social media. They appear during quiet walks, long showers, late-night reflections, or peaceful mornings before the world becomes noisy. Your brain needs silence to connect ideas. It needs space to create something original. That is why many successful people intentionally schedule time alone every single day. To others, it looks lonely. To them, it feels productive. But perhaps the biggest misunderstanding is this. People assume quiet people have poor social skills. Often, the opposite is true. Many intelligent people understand people so well that they become extremely selective about who deserves their trust. They notice small behaviors, they observe body language, they recognize dishonesty, they see patterns others completely miss. Because of this, fake relationships become exhausting. Instead of pretending to enjoy every conversation, they simply choose peace. And sometimes, peace looks like solitude. There is another hidden reason intelligent people often stay alone. They become comfortable with themselves. Many people fear silence because silence forces them to face their own thoughts. The television stays on, music keeps playing, the phone is always in their hand. Not because they enjoy constant noise, because they are afraid of what they might discover in complete silence. Highly intelligent people slowly build a different relationship with their own minds. They learn to enjoy their own company. They understand that if you cannot spend 1 hour with yourself, you will spend your entire life depending on other people to escape your own thoughts. That is not freedom. That is emotional dependence. Psychologists call this internal validation. Instead of waiting for other people to approve them, they develop confidence from within. Compliments feel nice, but they are not necessary. Attention feels good, but it is not required. This kind of confidence grows quietly over time. Another interesting discovery in psychology is called the social brain hypothesis. Every relationship requires mental effort. You remember birthdays, you answer messages, you solve misunderstandings, you manage expectations. For someone who enjoys deep thinking, too many relationships can become mentally exhausting. This is why many intelligent people prefer a small circle of trusted friends. They are not antisocial, they simply value depth over numbers. One meaningful conversation gives them more satisfaction than 10 hours of small talk. Have you ever noticed how some people can sit quietly together without feeling uncomfortable? That is emotional maturity. Silence does not always need to be filled with words. Sometimes silence itself becomes the conversation. Intelligent people understand this naturally. They do not feel pressured to speak just to avoid awkward moments. They know that listening is often more powerful than talking, because while everyone else is busy speaking, they are busy observing. They notice emotions hidden behind smiles. They hear the hesitation in someone's voice. They recognize patterns that others completely miss. Observation becomes their greatest strength. But solitude also has a danger. If it becomes isolation, it can slowly affect emotional health. Humans still need connection. The goal is not to avoid people. The goal is to choose the right people. Healthy solitude gives you energy. Unhealthy isolation slowly takes it away. The smartest people understand this balance. They protect their peace without closing their hearts. They enjoy being alone without forgetting the value of genuine relationships. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: being alone does not mean nobody loves you. Sometimes it simply means you respect yourself enough to wait for people who truly understand you. Never measure your worth by the size of your friend group. Never believe that a crowded room automatically creates a meaningful life. Real success is not having hundreds of people around you. Real success is finding peace when nobody is around. The strongest minds are often built in quiet moments. The biggest ideas are born in silence. The deepest confidence grows when nobody is watching. So if you sometimes choose to stay alone, do not immediately assume something is wrong with you. Ask yourself a different question. Does this solitude make me feel stronger, or does it make me feel empty? If it gives you peace, if it helps you grow, if it allows you to become a kinder, wiser, and more thoughtful person, then your solitude is not a weakness. It is one of your greatest strengths. Remember this: the world celebrates people who are always surrounded by others. But history remembers those who learned how to think for themselves. The ability to enjoy your own company is one of the rarest forms of freedom, because the moment you stop needing constant approval, you become impossible to control. And perhaps that is the true psychology behind why smart people often stay alone. They are not running away from the world. They are protecting the most valuable thing they have: a peaceful mind.